Hey bookkeepers, it's Trudy at Maven, and holy crap, we're in December already. So that means we're in it for the long haul. We're committed. There's no turning back now. That said, I hope you took advantage of the year-end checklist that I did offer for September, October, and November, because December can get a little dicey if you're not prepared in advance. We don't want to be reactionary this time of year. We want to be proactive, and your clients' brains checked out at Thanksgiving for the rest of the year. So it's going to be dicey to try and get a little bit like herding cats to try and get all of this stuff that we need reeled in if we haven't already done so. This is your last opportunity to prepare before we really end the year. So if you haven't yet, the most important thing you need to do is make sure that your CPAs lay eyes on your clients' books, okay? So whatever you need to do to make that happen, if there's a last minute year-end thing that they need, a purchase, an asset that they're going to be directed to go and do, the time is evaporating. And if it's something like a vehicle, that needs to be delivered before the end of the year, not just ordered before the end of the year. So you can see that the time is just evaporating, all right? So we don't want any more procrastination, full on proactive mode for the remainder of the year, all right? First order of business, final payroll decisions. Are there going to be bonuses? Are there going to be final contributions to the 401ks? Make sure you check with your owners and don't wait until after Christmas. A lot of people do their bonuses after Christmas, but you know what? Prep them now. Don't sit on it. Make sure you communicate and find out exactly what the plan is. Ask the owners what their target for their 401k is, not what they think they want. Find out specifically, okay? A lot of mistakes happen in payroll at year end. We want to avoid them all. Secondly, holiday parties. Okay, we got last minute spending going on, and some of it might be holiday parties. Maybe you're attending them, and if your client asks you, I do hope you go. But anyway, these are deductible, whereas normal entertainment is not. So make sure you delineate these on their own line item. This is a corporate event, okay? So corporate events are great. Keep all the receipts and make sure, again, that you delineate that, okay? Number 3 is going to be your vendor and contractor review. And we've said it now 3 months in a row. Get yourself set up for the 1099s in advance. Make sure you've confirmed all legal names. Make sure you've confirmed mailing addresses. Look for typos. And make sure that you've got W-9s, because anyone over the $600 threshold. This still applies during 2025. That jumps to $2,000 in 2026, though. So we're going to have a change there. Thank goodness. That's a great thing. Number 4, W-2 preps. Make sure you fix the little stuff now. So misspelled names, all that stuff. You do not want anybody coming back to you after the fact telling you that there's been a problem with their social security number. That's just going to mess you up. There is software out there. You can run those social security numbers through a verification process. Do that now. Make sure if there's health insurance reporting for your shareholders that is correct. Know what those numbers should be, okay? You don't want to have to revisit W-2s in February. That's a tremendous waste of time, and it's very unsettling. Okay, number 5, clean the books before you send them to the CPA. And we mentioned this at the beginning. This is one of the most important things to do in December. Make sure your CPA lays eyes on these books. You can send them a note and ask them, but unless it's a C Corp, every CPA that I work with usually wants to see the books, okay? And they're going to take a quick look, and hopefully you're very well organized, and they'll be satisfied with that. If your chart of accounts is a mess, if your books are a mess, that's another animal. Give me a call. Let me help you straighten that out, because that would be bad for your credibility to send a mess to any CPA, okay? So make sure you're reconciled through November and make sure it's cleaned. Number 6, your sales or meals, other compliance taxes, okay? We do need to tie this out, so I recommend using some kind of cover sheet or tie-out sheet so that you can present this correctly to your CPA. But now's the time to make sure that the numbers that are showing up in your accounting package match the numbers that you told the state or that your client told the state were actual, okay? So make sure those numbers tie out. Number 7, your mileage and your auto review. Your end of the year vehicle details matter more than most people think. So ask for the final odometer readings and separate the personal versus business-related use of the vehicles. Gather receipts for fuel, maintenance, registration, insurance, etc. That should all already be in your books. Number 8, this is also the perfect time to update any recurring subscriptions, retainers, anything on your side, in your own books, and in your client's side, okay? Is there new pricing? Is there anything else that has affected any subscriptions that are going to roll over this year, okay? So as we wrap up, December is your final checkpoint, all right? So your cleanup matters. Your preparation matters. This is your reputation month, okay? This is the month where your prep becomes your power. So here are some advanced tips. Number 1, amortization schedules. Don't wait until the last minute. If you need them, whip them up. They're really very easy to do in Excel. And again, I like to keep track for each client which of their loans has a statement so that when I go back at the end of the year, I already have last year's amortizations at my fingertips, and I know which accounts I can log in and pull a year-end statement from. So you need to keep a little list for each client, where you need amortizations and where you don't. Number 2, your year-end closing entries. Did last year even get finished? Look at your books. Make sure you have closing entries from last year. If you've got assets on your books and you don't see an entry for depreciation, chances are you didn't get your last year's entries, and you've got to have those entered. I don't like to work with CPAs that don't send year-end closing entries, so make sure you've got the year-end closing entries and make sure they have been entered. Otherwise, your beginning numbers are going to be off from where your CPA is expecting them. If there's no year-end adjustment at all from last year, no depreciation, nothing at all, that's not usually normal. And again, those are CPAs I look to replace. So your CPA should provide the entries. Maybe they made them themselves. Now, if you have all access and your CPA has access to those books, then your CPA may have made the entries and you should be able to see them. Okay, there will be depreciation accumulated on the balance sheet and expense on the P&L. Number 3, new assets and loans. Make them impossible to miss. Now, I like to diddle around with the chart of accounts here to make it extremely obvious. And trust me, my CPAs love this because they don't have to fart around. They maintain the depreciation schedule and they have that all written out. And when they can see right away, oh, this one's new and this one's new and this one's new, they will love you for that. So arrange your chart of accounts in a way that points these things out. And I've done a whole YouTube on that as well, so go look for that. So that's our December checklist, because clarity is the greatest gift to give a CPA in December. So follow the link, download the printable checklist, watch this again and again as you go through, and reach out, schedule an appointment. I can walk you through every single step of this. These are your year-end checklist, and we want you to be an intermediary. I would like each and every one of you to schedule an appointment and learn intermediary skills. What is that, you ask? An intermediary is literally a go-between, and that is between the whatever the books are saying, at the end of the year, and the numbers that your tax preparer needs to do the tax return, okay? So we cannot just turn over books. We have to turn over a package with documents that tie everything out, everything verified, so that when your CPA receives your package, they literally only have to do the tax return. They don't have to verify that you have verified. They know you've done their job. They can tell you've done their job. So again, follow the link here, print the sheet, follow the link to my website, book an appointment, and I will see you there.